So I just finished a 3-day fast, and I'm going to go through what I think about it, the benefits a little bit, and what I experienced of it, my thoughts and feelings, and the journey I went through during this 3 days where I didn't eat anything. So I'm just going to quickly run through a few of the benefits of this. There's a lot of benefits, so I'm not going to go in detail. You can look it up yourself if you're more interested in that. So by fasting, you basically reset your body. What this does, it resets your gut, so it kills all the bacteria in your gut, meaning you can rebuild your gut microbiome with positive bacteria instead of negative. So it kills all the bacteria and you can reset it. It also reduces inflammation in the body. It gets rid of dysfunctional cells, pathogens, shit you don't want in your body. It gets rid of them. And it forces your body to use its own energy stores to function. Instead of using glucose, instead of using sugar to get energy, your body has to use the storages on your body, you know, the fat storage on your body. And that's something that we don't really have to do anymore because we constantly eat, you know. Most people eat 3 meals a day with snacks, so you're constantly feeding yourself glucose, which is used for energy, and your body doesn't burn the fat on your body. So by fasting, it forces you to do this, which is good for you, you know. You lose a bit of weight. It's not the reason why I did this. I didn't do this for weight loss. I did it for the health benefits. But so they're kind of some of the physical benefits. There's way more, and I explained them really badly, but I just wanted to run through it quickly. But also for me, a big thing about it is the mental benefits, you know, the mental aspect of it. So it's difficult, right? It's a challenge, you know. And when you complete a challenge, when you complete something that's difficult to do, you feel good about yourself. You know what I mean? I'm sure you guys know if you've done something big at work, you know, you get something done, you feel good about yourself. You completed a hard challenge. And I think that mental aspect is important. You know, you're going to want to give up. You're going to want to not go through with it. But when you get to the end, you feel so good about yourself. And that first meal feels so good. So yeah, there's the mental side of it. It recruits a bit of discipline. You need discipline for this, which I think is very important. And one more thing that I think is quite important is it makes you more grateful for food, you know. We've grown up with food in excess, you know. We always have food whenever we want. If we're hungry, we go get food, snacks, junk food, all this shit. And it doesn't make you, it makes you very ungrateful for the food you have, you know. So when you're fasting, what you want to do is you want to remember how it feels to be hungry. Remember how it feels to be hungry. And then when you're eating, you're going to think, thank fuck I don't feel like this. You know what I mean? So yeah, it makes you more grateful for the food, which we very much take for granted nowadays. So the first day, I think, is the worst. The first day is bad. After that, after 12 hours, you know, even 8 hours, your pancreas is firing chemicals that says, I'm hungry, you want to be fed. And it's bad, you know. The cravings are very much in your head, though. You don't feel physically hungry. It's mental cravings, which I think are worse than physical cravings. So to me, this 24 hours is the worst, it's the hardest. So once you power through that, it gets a bit easier. You can use coffee. I stayed away from coffee, but you can use coffee during these 3 days. Water gets rid of your cravings well, and sparkling water even better. So when we hit the 2-day mark, the 48-hour mark, I felt a little bit less hungry. You know, I was still hungry, but I was less hungry. The cravings have gone, but I felt really low mood. And during the first day, I felt really low mood as well. But especially during the second day, low energy, low mood, irritable, hangry, I guess you call it. Not ideal. But you get through it, and you use your discipline, you get through it. And once you get to the third day, so the third day is the easiest, I think. You just have to get there first. And the thing about it is a lot of the benefits come on that third day. So you really want to be getting to the third day, not giving up on 2 days. On the third day, I felt fine, you know. I felt physically hungry. I was hungry, but I felt fine. I got through that day very well. And once you get to the third day, you're not going to give up, really. You've already sunk 2 days into this. You're not really going to give up. So it's a little bit easier in that sense. The one thing I would say is that you definitely want to kind of plan this in advance, because during this fast, you will feel periods of low energy, low mood. You can't really go to the gym. I wouldn't exercise heavy when you're fasted 2-3 days. So you really want to plan this out on a time where you don't have work. If you do a physical job, you don't have work, you don't have other plans, you don't want to go to the gym. And that's the hardest thing about this fast to me, is that you kind of have to change your life around a little bit for it. But you don't do it regularly. And it has so many health benefits. You really, if you've never done it before, then do one day a few times, then do 2 days a few times, and then you want to build up to it. You don't want to go straight in. And also, if you have any pre-existing medical conditions, you need to look into them. You don't want to do this if you have hypoglycemia, for example. After the fast, I had a nice meal, a small meal. You don't want to just stuff yourself. You want to have a small meal, wait an hour, and then have a little bit of a bigger meal. And that meal felt very good. I very much enjoyed it. I'm going to be fasting regularly. I'm going to do the 3-day fast a few more times, once a month ideally if I can. And I highly recommend it. It recruits your discipline, like I said, and you feel really fucking good at the end of it. So yeah, that's the 3-day water fast. That's my advice, my thoughts on it. If you haven't done it before, build up to it and then do it. So yeah, in a bit.